Alrighty. So welcome everyone, whether you're here with me live, which is awesome. You're going to get a lot out of this, or if you're watching the recording. Okay. So stick with me. We're going to sit for about 2 hours together and really dive into the tenets of what we call attraction marketing. And so the entire presentation is called How to Enroll 3 to 7 New Customers or Partners per Week Online, which sounds incredible. And you guys can let me know in the chat. This is meant to be interactive so that you don't fall asleep on me. Yeah. Stay with me. And in the chat, you can let me know maybe the rank you are in your business or how long you've been doing this business. And I can pull up the chat. Welcome to everyone if you're just joining us. Okay, so I can see the chat. So you can go ahead and drop in there kind of what phase you are at growing your business. That'll give me a really good idea of who I'm speaking with tonight so I can tailor the message to you to make sure that you get the most out of it. Okay, this is also meant to be interactive. And so feel free, you can put your hand up. You can, Daniel's brand new. Awesome. Just started Diamond Kit. Way to go, Katie. Totally new, using patches for 3 months. That's great. I love it. Keep it coming so that I can have an idea of where we're going. 10 months, rank as manager. Okay, Annie. 1 year in at a director level. Great, Alicia. Okay, so here's the crux. Okay, same with Jody, 1 year director. Okay, here's the crux of the training that we're going to cover today. We want to help you get these results of 3 to new customers or partners per week online without having to cold message prospects, making your list of 100, or employing what we call spammy hey girl tactics. It was hilarious. Just 2 weeks ago, I got a message that literally was a voicemail that said, hey girl, not my name, didn't know her from anyone, saying, I'm getting really into this health and wellness, blah, 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 blah. And I wanted to let you know I wanted to ask if I could send you some things. Zero relationship building. And it's just not an effective way. Now, could you build your entire business off of a list of 100? You run through all those people, you get your next 100, you run through all those people. You can, absolutely. But I've been doing network marketing for over 10 years. And when I launch business partners with that strategy, 1 out of every 12 completes their first 100 names list, just writes the list down. 1 out of those people, 1 out of 15 effectively messages every single one of them. Okay, they burn out. And so if you're looking at that task of growing your business kind of belly to belly, making those phone calls, making those connections, and you go, I don't know how long that's sustainable for you, then you're in the right place, because we're going to talk about a different strategy that will serve you long into your network marketing career that is much more sustainable. Okay. So a little bit about me. I am a girl mom times 4. That is my crew right there. The little one in the front, her name is Grace. She's 3rd in rank, and she actually today is her adoption day. We adopted her from China 6 years ago today. That's little Grace. This is her birthday picture. And she was born with half of a heart. So she has hypoplastic left heart syndrome. And so the early years of having her in our family were pretty harrowing, in fact. So a little bit of a warrior, definitely a bit of a warrior family, as we've supported her through surgeries and the like. Perpetual expat. I spent 16 years in China, and now we're 3 years in Mexico. And my husband and I value raising our children cross-culturally. You can see we are a multicultural family, and we've really enjoyed our 3 years in Mexico and plan on staying here a little bit closer to home. I am American, but we love different cultures and introducing our children to different ways of life. It's important for us. Over the years, my corporate background was sales and marketing with a branding expertise. And when I got into network marketing a decade ago, I began to understand the value of personal branding. And so over the years, I have become a personal branding coach and a specialist. And my major skill is strategy. So my coaching clients say that, Allie, you can find 100 ways out of a paper bag. Yeah, no one stays stuck on my watch. And so it's my strategic brain that allows me to be successful when I'm building programs and I'm building brands for myself and for other people. When I was in China, I built my first network marketing company, Belly to Belly, and grew super quickly. And when I moved to Mexico, we moved in the summer of 21. And so it was still pandemicking, and China stopped shipping of the product that I was selling at that time for 6 months. And I lost 2/3 of my business literally overnight because products couldn't get shipped out. And so I was in Mexico, and I don't speak any Spanish at the time. And there's way less income here than there was in China. And so I basically lost the vast majority of all the work that I had built in my business because I was no longer geographically there. And it was at that time that I found attraction marketing as a company, because I wanted to learn how to grow my network marketing business online, regardless of where I was in this world. Because again, travel and introducing our daughters to different experiences is a core value of mine and my husband's. And so I knew that I needed to go to the best. And attraction marketing, if you look at anyone who has built large network marketing businesses online, all roads point back to attraction marketing. All of the big guys were mentored by my 8-figure mentor, Fernie Ceballos. And so I've been with attraction marketing for over 2 years now, and I've implemented these strategies in my own business, and I've had incredible results. Now, a little bit about me. If you are a fan of Gallup's Strength Finders, which if you haven't done that yet, you can look it up, GALLUP. These are my top 5 strengths out of what they list as 34 strengths. And so I have a lot of hard business strengths. I like to get things done. I can map out a plan for the future, super strategic, highly focused, and I like to win. And so those characteristics, those strengths, lend to being a really effective coach, because when I help other people win, I get to win as well. So that's a little bit about me if we haven't met yet. And for today, my intention for today is to introduce to you the tenets of attraction marketing. Okay, what actually is it? Maybe you've heard the term before, so that you can easily distinguish the difference between what we call belly to belly or in-person tactics and attraction marketing strategies. And then you get to decide for yourself which approach is best for you and your business. This is not, I spent a decade building in living rooms, right? This is not anti belly to belly. These are two very distinct strategies. And a lot of my clients do a combination of both. Yeah. They don't rely on in-person tactics. They don't rely necessarily, especially in the beginning, on online tactics, because that takes a little bit of time to build. So you get to decide which is best for you and your business. I want also to help you understand what's preventing you from building a successful online business. Okay? And I want to give you some actionable things. So that activator, right? That activator in me doesn't want you to stay stuck. And I want to help you move. Okay. So you're going to walk away with step-by-step instructions as to how to start this attraction marketing process in your own business. And then at the very end, I'm going to talk about a personal coaching opportunity with me online this month to implement everything that we're going to cover. So you can go it alone. And this presentation, if you watch it over and over again and do the homework, you'll have an incredible start. Or you can come into small group coaching with me starting next week and really get a handle on this with some kind of laser focused mentorship. Okay? Now, here's the challenge we face as distributors for LifeWave. We sell the same product. We use the same platforms. We don't, at the core, you can, but most of us don't want to make a list of 100 and cold message them. And if you've done that, chances are you've faced tons of rejection or people ignoring you or sometimes feeling icky or unprofessional. Okay. In a lot of industries, in a lot of companies in network marketing, in-person presentations are less effective and they take too much time and resources away. Now, the way that we're working in LifeWave is we have these events throughout the week where you're inviting people, right? You might not actually be presenting yourself, but you still have to be on those calls, right? To support your people. And so it's a lot of time and resources. And if you've hit a rank and dropped, right? Or if you're not cycling because people are no longer buying, then that equates to a drop in income available to promote yourself and to do events. Or maybe you found that you have slow growth or stagnant results. You've been in this for a while and you're just not growing at the rate that you want to grow at. All of this once you've been doing it, now a lot of you are brand new, but once you've been doing it for a minute, we get tired and exhausted of putting ourselves out there doing the work, but not getting those results that are actually growing our business and growing our ranks and growing our income. The other interesting thing is that prospects, I don't know if you've noticed that, but prospects seem to know it all. It's the age of Googling, right? And so they think they know it all, and they have these preconceived ideas about our products or about their health issues, etc. So how do we combat all of this so that you can become an effective business builder with LifeWave? Here's another challenge. When somebody new takes their business online, this is very common. I see it all the time. We begin to what we call vomit patches, right? We're posting pictures. We have, we're sticking them on our bodies. We're doing reels, and we're not strategic about it. And this is equating to somebody who's brand new, who's super excited about what the products are doing for you and for your loved ones, that you invite a girlfriend over out for coffee and we're vomiting again, right? Vomiting and vomiting and vomiting about the products. And if you've experienced that, you'll notice a lot of times people pulling back rather than pushing in, leaning in to hear what you have to say. Yeah, Daniel, that's me. I know, but you're brand new. You don't know any better, right? No shame, but we're going to teach you a different way. Yeah. Okay, so here's the vision. So my futuristic brain wants to paint a very realistic future vision for your business. What if you were getting those 3 to 7 new enrollments online weekly on autopilot? Everything was done online. You could still do in person if you wanted to, but that online autopilot buys you time freedom. Yeah, while you're growing your business and your income. And it's automated, it's leveraged, and you have effective duplication systems in place other than making your 100 names list and working through them. That is a duplication system, and it does work. Can you build a massive business by just being on the phone all the time? Absolutely. You need to decide if that's the vision for your business that you want to create. Now, in order to have this very realistic vision for your business happening, what do we need? We need something super, super, super important. And that is a personal brand. Yeah. We all sell the same thing. Why would somebody buy from me over Jody? Why would somebody buy from Jody over me? It's because they resonate with us personally and our values, what we put out into the world. Yeah. This personal brand will support you and your business no matter where you go. Think about me, right? Moving from China to Mexico, what you sell or choose to represent. Now, I'm not recommending that you jump to another company, but a personal brand is what would allow you to gather your community of people online and begin to influence them for whatever it is, right? Maybe you want to fundraise for your favorite cause. That personal brand is still what's going to allow you to have a successful fundraising campaign. Yeah, because they're going to resonate with your message and who you are. So how can we take our offline sales skills, right? Many of you, maybe you were in sales, maybe you've had success in your network marketing business already, but how do we transition them for online success? I want you to understand that the skill sets that if you've had any level of success using old school strategies, that is one skill set. Online sales is a completely different skill set. And what happens is, and this is what I did, I took my offline skill set. Listen, you put me in a room and I have an 82% close rate because I did it long enough where I tracked my numbers, right? 8 out of 10 people are joining. Those were not my numbers when I started to get online. And I couldn't figure out, like, man, I feel like such an amateur online. Like, why am I not getting the results that I know if I had a room full of 10 people, I could be getting? So this is an important thing for you to understand, that if you've ever done any amount of sales in person, the skill set is actually different. Okay. So how do we do that? It is by learning and implementing the strategies and tactics of attraction marketing. So I want you to unmute, or you can toss it in the chat. I've got the chat open. When you hear the words attraction marketing, what does that mean to you? What do you think of?
Magnets.
Elizabeth, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Magnets.
Magnets. You got the image. This is actually the logo of attractionmarketing.com. Yeah, magnets. And what do magnets do, Elizabeth?
They attract
They
or they
attract.
repel.
Hey, that's huge. Yes, you have to be willing to repel the wrong people when you're building online. Daniel says, knowing my why and finding people who align with that. Excellent. Okay. Anyone else? What do the words attraction marketing mean to you?
Someone who resonates, that I resonate with, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's literally attracting the people that will resonate with your message. And we're talking about it from becoming an attraction marketer standpoint, but people attract you online or repel you online all the time, right? Attraction marketing is actually, it's in effect constantly. How many times are you scrolling and you're like, ooh, follow? Why? Because they attracted you with whatever content they put out. Yeah. Nolene says in an attractive way, right? Working to attract rather than chase. Yeah. That's the other big thing is the 100 names list strategy is a chasing strategy. There's nothing wrong with it. Don't get me wrong, but it's not right for everyone. So even if you love that 100 names list, even if that's totally your jam, if you're going to make a business, what happens if somebody comes on to your team and says, I want to learn how to do this online. Can you teach me? If you can't teach them the tenets of how to build a business online, then you're losing an opportunity. And so I want you to put both hats on. I want you to put a leader hat on, even if you're brand new, put the future leader hat on. Yeah. And if you do have a team to steward, I want you to put your leader hat on. Right. And you might say, you know what? I love the old school way. It's working for me, but I'm going to learn this so that I can steward and lead the teammates who want to build a brand online and grow their LifeWay business that way. Okay. So attraction marketing in real life. There we go. We just mentioned it. Have you ever come across a new profile, liked them, and thought, what do they sell? Like, what program do they sell? Or what is it? What are they doing online? Because people who are producing content, strategic content online, they're selling something. They're affiliate for something. They're a network marketer. They have their own program, whatever it is. Okay. The other thing is you can think about a leader who started after you and then skyrocketed through the ranks. Okay. What did they have that perhaps you don't have yet? Because remember, we have the same products and the same platform. So somebody who came and skyrocketed to the top, what did they have potentially?
I can tell you, like Dr. Stacy, she already had like a following. She already had people who respected her, who were in her network that trusted her.
Yes, she had the audience.
Yeah.
And Nolene on the head, influence. Okay.
Yeah.
Annie wrote, attraction is like fishing, belly to belly is like hunting. Okay. We want to become the hunted rather than the hunter. That's what attraction marketing can do for you in your business. So you're exactly right. Here's what they had. They had a specific targeted, engaged audience and then influence over that audience. Okay. People who have no influence online, the first thing they have to do is build influence and build an audience that they want to connect with. Okay. So here's the tenets of attraction marketing: AIE, attract, influence, and enroll. So we have to get the right out of all of the bazillions of people online. We have to do things to attract them into our ecosystem, whether you're using Facebook or TikTok or Instagram, YouTube. It doesn't really matter what ecosystem you're using, but you have to get the right eyeballs on your stuff. And then once they're there, you create content that influences them to know, like, and trust you. And then if you've done stage 1, attract, and stage 2, influence properly, when you make a post that says, hey, these things are changing my life, message me for more, people are going to put their own hand up to work with you if you've done stage 1 and stage 2 properly. Now, I want to look at a side-by-side comparison. Now, you might not use PIPES. PIPES is a sales acronym for belly to belly. And I'll go through what the PIPES looks like in terms of a LifeWave business. So we have to prepare. We prepare ourselves. We understand the product. We make that hundreds names list. We start using the product, start getting some results. We listen to testimonials. So we have other people's testimonials instead of, waiting for our own, perhaps if ours is taking a little bit longer. And then we make that from that hundreds names list, we learn how to invite effectively. There's actually an effective way to invite and an ineffective way to invite. And then we present. They have to be educated. So whether we're sitting over a cup of coffee or we're sending them a recording link or we're wanting them live on one of the live calls, that's all presentation. FU stands for follow up. Maybe not what you were thinking, but then we follow up, we follow up, we follow up, we follow up, we follow up. Some people enroll immediately, but that's only 3%. We call them bleeding necks. Okay. People who are literally bleeding from the neck and you give them the Band-Aid. Yeah. But we follow up, follow up, follow up. Maybe they need to see another video. Maybe they need to see some research, maybe this, maybe that. And then we get the enrollment. From enrollment, we're able to support. So PIPES is prepare, invite, present, enroll, and support. Yeah. Now, the attraction marketing way has 3 stages. We attract. Once we have the right people, we influence, and then we set up content that helps them enroll, that helps them opt in when they are ready. Yeah. So the question for you here is how much of each side is actual hands-on customer facing? Let's go through that. So prepare is basically you, right? That's you preparing yourself to engage in the business. Inviting is customer facing. You're sending messages, you're making phone calls. Presenting, if you're presenting, it's definitely customer facing. Even if you are present on a call with your prospects on a call, you're still spending your time there. The follow-up, unless you have it super automated, which judging by where most of you are in the business, you don't have that yet, right? It's not an automated system you have yet. So you're manually following up, having phone calls. Okay. Enrolling, maybe you can send a link off, but maybe you need to be present for them to enroll, even on a Zoom, right? Side by side. And then supporting, we have the different groups. We've got Facebook groups, we've got Telegram groups, but you're also supporting and following up and making sure that they're getting the results they're looking for from the patches. Okay. So the belly to belly way is very, very, very hands-on. And in the beginning, you can manage it. But the moment you have 40, 50, 60, 100, 200, 300 customers, if you don't have systems in place that automate it, you can become very quickly overwhelmed. Now let's look at how we spend our time on the attraction marketing side. Attraction is, there's a couple different strategies, and I'm going to talk about them later. Attraction online is you might be going into groups where your ideal customer is hanging out and you are not spamming them. You're creating content. You're being insightful. You're commenting insightfully so that, well, let me ask you, if somebody comments insightfully on a post that you've made somewhere online, what do? Like, what is your behavior?
I go and look up this stuff. I go and check
You
it
go
out.
stalk them, right? Me too, Annie, me too. You're not alone. You're like, oh, who is this person? Right? And then you make a decision. You decide you're going to follow them. You decide you're going to DM them and say, hey, thanks for that insightful comment. But you're making that connection. So your job here is to go out and comment insightfully within groups where your target market is. It's also to create content like Reels. We're going to talk about content strategy a little bit that go out and help find that targeted audience and pulls them over into your ecosystem. Then from there, we're creating more content. Remember, I haven't even talked to anybody yet, really. I'm just getting those followers that want to stay connected with me because they resonate with who I'm serving. Influence is I'm still creating content, right? But targeted content that helps people get to know me. And then 1 out of every 8, 1 out of every 10 posts, I'm doing what we call a curiosity post. And that invites somebody to put their hand up for more information. And then from there, if someone wants more information, that's a DM conversation. So it's really only at that very last enrollment DM conversation that I am face to face with a prospect. And the other cool thing about attraction marketing is when you create a piece of content, it's out there forever. And so the leverage you get by building a personal brand online, you will have posts and content that serves you for years and years and years to come. Whereas if you're presenting, you can record it. It can have some shelf life. But if you're presenting at a coffee shop or you're presenting, even online, if you're not recording it and capturing it, then it's a one-time unleverageable piece of content. Okay. So I want you to think about, you're still spending time to grow your business. You don't sit back and go, come to me. Like, this is not that sort of a get rich quick thing. You are literally looking at, how do you want to spend your time? Yeah. Hands down, attraction marketing is leverageable. Hands down, it's more leverageable for longevity in your network marketing business. Now, back to attraction marketing. Let's talk about the word influence. Okay, so we identified that people who skyrocket through the ranks already came with a nice warmed up audience and influence. So what does influence actually mean to you?
Consistently integral.
Mm. Okay, so integrity.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, a guide. Nolene says a guide. Yes, we are not gurus, we're guides, right? We're helping people along their own path towards health and wellness. What else does influence mean to you? Think about people who have influence over your life. Educators, Nolene says.
Yeah, introduces me to certain things that I might resonate with, and then I'll go research and go, oh, okay. And so and that's kind of the influence that they would have over me.
But why would you listen to them?
Oh, because I resonate with them, and I've already investigated other things that they've introduced that I go, oh, that's cool. I'm interested in that, or something like that.
Yes. Nolene says they have authority in the area. Okay. Authority. You listen to people who hold authority over you, and you can gain authority and influence in a whole bunch of different ways. But let's dive in. Influence is, how well does somebody know you or feel like they know you? Do they like you as a human? Like, are you raw and real enough as a human for them to actually get to know you enough to like you? And are you consistent enough to build trust with them? In the online world, trust is consistency. If you disappear, you can lose trust. Okay. Influence is also super interesting. You have to be able and willing to help someone, even if they never buy a patch. Right? What if somebody comes to you with a health issue that you think, you know what, my neighbor sells this stuff, and I really think that you should talk to my neighbor, because that might be a better start than X39. Yeah. Are you willing to lose that sale in hopes that it would serve the person better? That's influence, right? Imagine somebody doing that for you. Yes, I sell these things, but you know what? I want you to talk to this person because based on your situation, I think that's the best first step. And then after 2-3 months, we can get you on the patches. Are you willing to do that? That's influence. That's becoming an influential leader in this space. Okay. It takes time to build. Influence takes work to build. You have to earn the right to hold influence over other people, and you can lose influence. Okay. You can lose influence a lot of ways. Think about people who have lost influence over you. They're not living in integrity. Yeah. They are talking about this one time, and then they post some political comment, and you're like, what? Like, what? What are we talking about that for? Right? Influence is a key thing to be able to grow an effective online business. Now, a lot of us have influence in person, right? When I was in China, I was in Shanghai for 7 years before I started my first network marketing business. And then when I started, leads were coming at me. 20, 30, 40 enrollments a month. But it wasn't overnight, was it? It was 7 years of building influence that turned on that spigot when I had a product that I was really passionate about. Yeah. So that offline influence is offline community focused. It's with your, faith-based group. It's with your kids' school moms. It's wherever you are operating offline. It's within your community. Most of us have super high offline influence. We have influence in our communities. And what we're doing is we're doing the work to build that online influence so that it matches and is actually an accurate representation of who we are in real life. And I mean, nobody, my friends, you can look at Dr. Stacy. Nobody starts from zero influence and builds a massive business overnight or even in months, because influence takes time. Yeah. They would have built that influence somewhere else, like I did in Shanghai, and turned on this spigot and then watched the enrollments flow in. So this is where the comparison trap really can paralyze new partners. Okay. You're looking at this success story and this success story and this success story, and you're trying to emulate even some of the things that they're doing. If you don't have that same level of influence in that targeted audience, you just won't get the same results. And so you can just breathe. Yeah. Just breathe and stop playing that comparison game if it's hurting you. Okay. Now, what happens when we first start getting our business online is we really suffer from inaccurate expectations. We post that image or the reel or a research study. We post the link or just a podcast or a link to join the podcast this, tonight or whatever, and nobody reacts. And so we start to think through things like, well, my post doesn't work. Selling on social media doesn't work. Why aren't people lining up for these things? They're transformational. Yeah. And then it's like, well, I guess no one wants it. Okay. And I want to challenge you to think if these thoughts are actually accurate. And the hint here is no, they're not accurate. What I need you to have is a better understanding of where you are in the attract, influence, and enroll phase of attraction marketing online. So let's look through some of the results you may or may not be getting, okay, online. And we're going to be able to identify what stage of attraction marketing you're in, okay? So here's the results that you can expect when you are in the attract phase, meaning you're still doing the work to get the right eyeballs into your ecosystem. Results are you clear on your target market? We're going to talk about in depth about target market. Target market is your ideal customer. Yeah. My target market, I'm a mom of 4 kids who's still very much in momdom. That's my target market. Yeah. Are you consistently creating content geared only towards that target market? Content that resonates time and time and time again with that ideal prospect you're looking to serve. Are you having new followers every day, every week, every month, right? If you set a goal of, I want 10 new followers this week, are you going out and actually doing the work to get those followers? And then do you have a strategy in place that you're consistently working to go and find and pull those followers over to your page, over to your profile? Okay, so I want you to just take a mental note, like either you are here and you're doing it, or you're not here yet, and that's okay. But I want you to say, yes, I'm doing that. No, I'm not doing that. Yes, I'm getting those results. Okay. Step 2 is influence. What is the result? How do we know that we're actually creating content that's influencing our ideal prospect? Is there engagement on your posts? Are there shares? Are there likes? Are there comments? Are there saves? Are there hearts other than just the thumbs up? Because they love, the algorithm loves hearts. People love it. The algorithms love it when people love your stuff. Okay. Are people responding to your call to action? So CTA means call to action, which is when you're illicitly asking somebody to put their hand up for more information or to learn about a product or learn about your secret weapon for longevity, whatever it happens to be. And are you genuinely connecting with new people in direct message as a guide? There's that word, Nolene, as the guide. Are you being human over being a marketer, right? Are you just being human with people without asking for the sale? Daniel says, I'm working on it, but it's so hard. It takes so much time and effort. It does. You're right. In the very beginning, it really takes time and effort. And I think it takes mentorship too, right? Having someone look at your stuff from an outsider's perspective, because we can get really touchy about our own content because we put time and effort and energy into it, right? So having kind of audits with external eyes that helps you get better at communicating to that target audience is really helpful, I think. Okay, so take a mental note, right? How much engagement is there? Are people responding, and are you having conversations with folks? And then in the enroll phase, these are the results that you can expect. Are you actually having enrollment conversations with people online? Is anyone putting their hand up to work with you? Now, they're not going to put their hand up unless you ask, and we ask in 1 out of every 8 or 10 posts, right? We don't keep spamming and spamming and spamming. Yeah. Are there any responses when you ask people to buy? And is there any action in your DMs? Okay, so just make a couple notes here. And so I want you to write in the chat, which phase of attraction marketing are you actually in right now? Attract, influence, or enroll?
What if you're not in any?
You can put a 0. Brandy knew. Brandy knew, Elizabeth. Brandy knew. I love it. Okay, Jody says attract. There's a lot of you on this call. You can just write A, I, or E. Let's see it. Annie says A. Okay, attract. Okay, Elizabeth is at 0.0, which is awesome. Nolene says attract, but occasionally she's at the enroll phase. Now that's interesting because somebody can drop themselves. This guys is actually an invisible funnel, right? You know the content you're putting out for what purpose, but your people don't. And so we call it an invisible funnel. You could attract someone, and from the same reel, they can go and buy, right? They can drop right through that funnel to enroll. But we're not relying on those 3% outliers to build a sustainable business that supports you. Okay. Geraldine says attract, pre-attract. Yes, Henry. Alicia's at 0. Half between A and I. Awesome, Daniel. That is not 15 people. All right. As you, maybe some of you are just coming on, so that's okay. Okay. So that's perfect. Now, here's the truth, and I want you to see this so that you can give yourself a break. If you are only in the attract and enroll phases, the expectation is not for enrollments. Yeah. A lot of times we put one post up and go, nobody wants it. But you've not done, you're out of order. You wouldn't just put a cart link in somebody's DMs without educating them first, would you? You wouldn't. You would invite them to an online session or send them a recording to educate them first. But for some reason, because we see other people who have already built the audience and have built the influence post and get tons of interaction and tons of enrollments, we think we can do that too. Okay. The reality is you can give yourself a break. All of you can. Okay. If you're not making those enrollments online yet, Daniel, knowing your target can be hard. Yes, we're going to dive into that in a few minutes because you want it to be everyone. Here's the thing. If you market to everyone, you sell to no one. It's just the reality. Okay. So we're going to get into how do you actually do that without feeling like you're leaving tons of opportunity on the table. Okay. So once I understood this, everything changed. And I had to have a really good chat with myself. And the chat went something like this. Allie, do you want to build your business online? Yes. Are you going and willing to take the time to attract and influence and learn those skill sets to build that personal brand? And what are you going to do in the meantime to continue to grow your business, right? While you're building the online side, which takes time, what are you willing to do in terms of those old school strategies to continue to grow your business, right? So there was this kind of timeline of I wanted to give online everything I had for 6 months and see if I could start getting some enrollments consistently. Okay. So I want you to have that chat with yourself. Like, are you willing to do the work to learn how to do this and to become a professional network marketer? That, you know, the type of network market, like the type of work that makes you feel proud of the business that you're growing, right? Proud of the team that you're growing and proud of yourself that you can train on some of these things as well as new people come into your downline and want to share as well. Yeah. Okay. So let's get tactical. Okay. I'm a big proponent of strategy, like I said before, and I'm going to leave you with some really powerful tactical things in each one of these areas so that you can start your journey. Step 1. Here you are, Daniel. Get crystal clear. on who you serve and how you serve them. And so let's talk about your target market. Now, here's the problem with our products is that we literally can serve everyone. Yeah. And if you're sitting, let's say my table has 10 chairs. If I'm sitting at a table talking about the patches, and I actually can in person target protocols to each one, I have time and energy and effort to create a protocol and to listen to the needs of everyone at the table. Will I be effective? 100%. But we are attracting the people to us that we want to serve. And this is really important because if you've been in network marketing for a minute and you are not clear on your target market, you end up with customers that are not fun to serve. Okay. So by you identifying your target market and the attributes, the type of human they are with the type of problems that you want to serve, you will have so much more fun in your business and you will create a team that literally is like family. Okay. There's a chat. Let me open it up. It is exhausting marketing to everyone. It's so exhausting. So true. Okay. So the reality is the person, the marketer, which you guys all are, the marketer who knows their target market the best wins. Have you ever read an ad or read a post and said, oh my goodness, they know me. I feel so seen. That is somebody who understands the in-depth needs, wants, desires, and problems of you because they've done the work to tease that out and then learn how to write really good copy to attract you. Okay. Here's the difference between target market and avatar. So if you've been in marketing or you've been around the block for a minute, you may have heard the term avatar. Here's the difference. Let me go back. Target market is a group of, this will put you at ease, Daniel, 10 million humans around the globe who have similar problems in their day-to-day life, similar fears, similar wants, and similar desires. Yeah. 10 million people. Can you imagine a downline of 10 million? I can. Okay. 10 million people. An avatar, on the other hand, is one human within that 10 million person pool that has a name, that has an age, that, you know what books they do, what they do in their spare time. And here's the power of both. Your target market and the target market work that we're going to do, I'm going to show you in a minute here, informs all of your content. Your avatar reminds you that online, you're speaking to one human. The worst thing you can do or let me say this, certainly not the worst thing, but one thing you can do that erodes your influence is getting on live going, hey guys, because I'm like, me and who else? You missed me. It's only me watching your stuff. That's the power of the avatar. Okay. Knowing that you are talking intentionally to one human, eyeball to eyeball online, building that know, like, and trust factor. So demographics, they're super important in the avatar. Okay. But I don't do avatar work tons because it matters far less than psychographics. So psychographics are, for example, let's talk menopause for a minute. Do you think there are 10 million women globally who are struggling with night sweats and brain fog due to menopause? Does it matter what her skin color is, which country she lives in, which language she speaks? It doesn't. Those are psychographics. It's psychographics. I want you to think about what are the things that this group of people, what are they experiencing on a day-to-day basis, right? Joint pain, brain fog, not being able to get out of bed, chronic fatigue, like all of those are problems that a whole bunch of people struggle with. Okay, now if you want, I'm going to show you the worksheet in a minute, but I want you can go here and get this worksheet that I'm going to show you, because this target market work is instrumental. I have done my target market work. I think I'm on revision number 8 because it's instrumental in everything that you do online moving forward. So when you radically, deeply understand your target market, you get in their head. And that's what creates the connection. Instant know, like, and trust. When you can say the things that they haven't even said out loud yet. And you can think back to somebody, to a piece of content you saw online that did this for you. And they have honed in on your specific needs and they're speaking directly to it. That is the power of niching down into a target market. But 10 million people is still a massively large enough body of humans to be wildly successful. So I don't want you to think about, oh, when I niche down, I don't, I'm leaving people on the table. You're not. Because if you talk again to everyone, one day you're talking longevity, the next day you're talking menopause, then you're talking joint pain, then you're talking this, people are going to come and go and like and unfollow and follow and unfollow because they're confused. They're confused about who you are, what you stand for, and whether or not you can actually help them. They might be intrigued about the product, but they're like, gosh, I mean, this guy's all over the place. This gal's all over the place. I don't even know if I can trust them. Yeah. Okay. The first thing that we work with is what we call a target market statement. Okay. Now remember, you're going to get the slides to this. This brings you an initial level of clarity. And here's how you create it. The people I work with are, here's that demographic. Okay. They are high achieving women. They are premenopausal women. They are 60 plus women, whatever, what are their main problems, fears, and struggles? And then how do you help them? Now, you don't help them with photo light therapy patches. Okay. That's your secret weapon. You need to be able to offer something greater than just the products so that they can, what's their desired outcome if they could get over these problems, fears, and struggles that they have. Yeah. So here's one. I work with people, the people I work with are menopausal women who struggle with hot flashes and insomnia. I help them by offering holistic health solutions. That's broad, right? Could you create a PDF that has your top strategies for overcoming hot flashes? And the patch could be one of them, but can you help them if they don't buy? That's what's going to grow your influence. And why? So that they can love this stage of life again. Okay. Demographic, interested in holistic healing. Too broad. Okay. The people I work with are interested in holistic healing. You got to dig deeper. Okay. Well, we're going to dig deeper in a little bit. Okay. So I want to show you what the target market exercise looks like. And you all have access to this. This is a Google Excel sheet. So you can do this on paper. You don't have to be fancy and have it on tech. You can do this on paper. But what you want to do is you want to have all of these columns, the problems they face on a day-to-day basis, the fear, which is the scary future that awaits if they don't fix that problem, the want, this is the short-term opposite of the problem, and the desire is that loftier futuristic vision for their life, the lifestyle they want to create. If they could fix these problems, what actually could they be looking forward to? And then there are 4 baseline desires. So you fill this out. Here's the problem. Here's the fear associated. What do they want if they could fix the problem? And then what's the dream? And then there are 4 baseline desires. And so time freedom, health freedom, money freedom, and relationship freedom. And so it might be all 4, it might be 1, it might be 2. You just start to write it down. And then keywords in lingo is how is your specific prospect, your ideal target market, talking about their own problems? Not how you want to talk about it, right? But what are they saying in their own words? A lot of times as marketers, we want to be fancy. Okay. Don't be fancy. Listen to your people and just write as they're writing. And then we put the target market statement up top. So I want to show you mine because you should, hopefully, some of you be able to see yourself in, so I have a target market for autoimmune sufferers. I have a target market for network marketers. Yeah. So I want you to see what this looks like when you have it built out. Here is my target market statement. I work with motivated network marketers who want to attract their perfect prospects and build a thriving business online without home parties and spammy cold messaging. That's the pain point that they're doing. It's a little bit of a different setup here, but you can see how that target market statement translates into this. So let's just go through a couple. I do work with men, but I gear my content towards moms. Yeah. Do I get men who reach out to me asking to partner? Absolutely. So just because you're creating content for one specific gender doesn't mean you're going to just stick to that gender. Okay. So here's the problem that my prospect is experiencing on a daily basis. She's not getting any results, right? She's sending out these 100 messages. It makes her feel bad about herself. She knows she's better than this. Okay. The fear associated with this problem is she fears rejection and feeling like, part of my language, an ass all the time. I have literally had coaching clients use those words, right? Which is why those words are there. It's not the energy that she wants to approach her business with. What does she want? What's the opposite of this problem? She wants to attract the right people to her. She wants to become the hunted rather than the hunter. She wants limitless leads coming into her inbox every day so she can actually have genuine conversations and help people. Yeah. And her dream is people coming to her and never having to prospect again. Now, this is relationship freedom. It's actually probably some time freedom as well. And maybe some money freedom. Maybe I missed a couple there. Now, what are the words associated with this column? No results, spam, spammy, hey go messages. This is very common in the network marketing industry. This lingo, awful, ashamed, rejected, attraction, hunter, hunted, inbox, DMs, PMs, prospect. Okay. Now, the last column here is a story of your own personal relating. When I was trying to launch a business into India, I was doing 50 cold reach messages a day. So in a week, I was doing 350. Okay. Out of 350, I may have gotten one response back. Okay. It was too much time and too much effort for zero results. I can tell that story to connect with someone who is experiencing the same thing. Yeah. Let's look at another one. She's experiencing too much rejection online and she's at the brink of giving it all up. Like, I'm just done. I can't do this anymore. But she doesn't want to let herself down, having to go back to work. Maybe she quit her 9 to 5 to really pursue this. But what if she can't? Or maybe she's still in the 9 to 5 and she's like, I want out of this, but what if I can't make this work? The fears is what's keeping people up at night. It's being able to articulate, because this was me. I was 9 to 5. And then I started my network marketing business. I was able to quit it. And then I lost the 2/3 of my income. And I was like, oh my goodness, what if I have to go back to work? That is what kept me up at night. A message about that would completely resonate with me. She wants confidence in herself. The old school methods are wearing her down and making her doubt her own greatness, skills, influence, and impact. She dreams of fully stepping into her alpha and confidently repelling those who don't love her. Right? A lot of times when my clients try to get online, they want to be vanilla. They want to just have everyone love them. And it takes confidence to step out of that comfort zone and to really only create content for the person that you're trying to connect with. Okay. So same thing, all of the different lingos. Now have a look at this. Do you think this took me a little bit of time? Took me a little bit of time to dig into this. But here is the power of this exercise. A ridiculous amount of clarity for yourself. Okay. If you are lacking clarity, you go online, you're like, gosh, what do I post today? Anytime I go, what do I post today? I go back to that. And I have one for product as well. Go back to that. I'm like, oh, I haven't talked about that in a minute. Let me post on that today. You will never, ever, ever run out of applicable content to share that hits your target market each and every time. You will always connect with the right people and you will repel, just like that beautiful magnet. You'll begin to repel those who are not your target market, which is what you want. I have come to a season, which is a fun season, of loving trolls. I love them. I get about a troll or two a week, someone who writes something nasty on a comment. And I'm like, ooh, thanks for pushing that algorithm in my favor, because social media platforms can't tell if it's a positive comment or a negative comment. They're just commenting, right? And so this, you're doing something right, my friend, when you are getting a couple negative comments on your posts. Don't be afraid of that. Okay. Here's the most common mistakes that we see when people begin the target market work. Vanilla. I want everyone to like me. That's not possible online. If you're doing the work well, you will get people who go, she's not for me. But here's the beautiful part. You don't even know that you're quote unquote being rejected because they're just not following you. It's not like you're DMing someone and they're ghosting you. They're not replying to you. Or they flat out tell you, no, I'm not interested. The people who don't resonate with you will just come by your profile, have a little look, and move on their merry way. It's wonderful because it protects you as you're learning new things and you're putting yourself out there. There's already an element of vulnerability when you put yourself out into social media. Okay. So it's like training wheels, really. You're probably getting rejected. I'm probably getting rejected all the time, right? But I don't see it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't impact me. Okay. The other thing here is you must be willing to be yourself. Okay. And this takes courage. It takes digging. It takes conviction. And it takes bravery to put yourself out there in a way where people can truly get to know you and connect. And for me, the process is like, I liken it to the peeling of an onion, right? You feel the first time you peel off that layer and share something vulnerable, you kind of feel a little naked, but then you get comfortable there. And then you're like, I think I can peel back one more layer, right? We're not asking you to chop that onion open and just bearing it all. You will become more and more confident and comfortable as you're beginning to attract the right people who resonate with you. Most of us, when we start, our social media is like college friends, family, high school friends, colleagues, right? People who are probably not in your target market anyhow. And so when we create target market specific content and we get crickets, that's okay, because we want to weed those people out slowly. Because if you are going to use social media to build your business online, social media is a business tool. It's no longer a place to share just pictures randomly and, share your life. It's become a business tool. And so you take your any other hats off and you put your I am an online marketer hat on. And this page is to attract the right people, influence them, and gain sales. Okay. So be brave, my friend, be brave. So your problem set assignment here is to complete that target market exercise. That's that Excel sheet. You don't need the Excel sheet. This link will give you that Excel sheet. It'll send it to your email and you can download it and use it. You can do it on paper. You can do it on a big old whiteboard. And you don't need 25 to start with. Try to get 10. Okay. Try to get 10. Nolene, I don't like when people sell their products on my posts. Oh yeah, that's horrible marketing. It's horrible marketing, right? And the better you get at this, the more you're going to see bad marketing in place. Yeah. You're going to be able to recognize what you don't want to do online. Okay. So once you complete that target market exercise, I recommend you do it in the target market exercise first, fill out 5-10 rows in that chart, and then condense it into a target market statement. Now, if this is completely overwhelming, don't worry. We're going to do this together if you join the book club, which I'll tell you about in a little bit. And you're going to bring your target market for hot seat review and really get some one-on-one time so that you can really nail this down. Yeah. Okay, that's target market work. Can you drop a 5 in the chat if that was clarifying and helpful for you, please? So I can know how we're doing. All right, awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Okay. Here's your bonus exercise that will also give you clarity. What is your LifeWave hero product? What's the product that you felt has made the biggest difference in your wellness? And then what problems does that hero product specifically solve? Okay. Katie, Ice Wave, brilliant. Okay. So you're dealing with pain. Okay. Nolene X39. Yeah. The stem cells, that's what we're looking for. Yeah. But stem cells are interesting because sometimes people don't know that they need stem cells. So what is the health issue that somebody is dealing with that stem cells can become an answer for? right? Unless you're going after people who have been doing stem cell research and they want a more affordable, safer way to get the stem cell activation in their body. That's a complete target market in and of themselves. Okay. So what outcome, going back to that target market statement and those that desire column, what outcome does your target market desire most? And can you marry them? Okay. Can you marry them? If you can, this can become your target market statement. Okay. Now I have an example here. It's not a LifeWave product, but it's a supplement. Okay. The hero product is a supplement. What does that supplement solve? Brain fog, fatigue, and mood swings. Okay. Let's just give an example here. So here's a target market statement. I help. Who do you help? High achieving women. This is a target market statement of mine. High achieving women. Why high achieving women, do you think? Why do I not just want to help any old woman?
They're more likely to be consistent and be all in my opinion.
They want it.
They want
And
it.
I'm not identifying what high achieving is. I want you to self-identify as a high achieving woman.
Right.
Right? It doesn't matter what you do. You could be a high achieving mama with one kid at home. If you consider yourself high achieving, then you're going to connect with me. Okay. I can also hold women who resonate with the word high achieving to a higher standard, right? Which is how I coach. Okay. I help them overcome brain fog, fatigue, and mood swings. Why? So they can regain their vitality and joyfully experience life again. So this is a product that I'm an affiliate for. And so my content, you can imagine, is always geared towards high achieving women. So I talk a lot about leadership, radical self-leadership, leadership in your home, right? I talk about other ways to overcome brain fog, fatigue, and mood swings naturally without ever having to buy a product from me. Okay. But 1 out of every 8 or 10 posts, I'm asking people to put their hand up for a specific product. Yeah. Now, do the patches fit in here? Sure do. So when I met LifeWave, I was like, now I've got 2 tools in my toolbox. What do you want? Do you want both? Because they also work really well together, right? And so this is what I'm passionate about. This is my personal brand. It doesn't matter what I'm selling. I can sell you this. I can sell you this. I can sell you a course that I created. I got a free PDF. If all you can do is free, I got a free PDF. I can support you. Okay. What if I posted something political? Completely off brand. Completely off brand. Would I lose followers if you don't agree with me? You betcha. Okay. The other thing that's important about this is you will not see a single product photo in my social media. Not a single one. What if I had supplement photo, supplement photo, supplement photo, supplement, 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 and then all of a sudden I switch over to patches, 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 patches? I lose influence. But by creating that target market statement, doesn't matter what I sell, I can still help you. If you're a high achieving woman who's suffering from brain fog, fatigue, and mood swings. Okay. Are you beginning to see kind of how these pieces kind of mesh together? Doesn't matter what you sell. One day you might want to create your own course. Sweet. When you create your target market statement, my mentor said to me, what can you talk about for the next 5 years? And I was like, oh, good God. I want to talk about hormones and I want to talk about this and I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this. Can I coach high achieving women for the next 5 years? Yeah, 100%. Okay. So be very careful when you're crafting this, that it's helping a demographic of humans that you're really passionate about helping. Okay. And it doesn't mean you can't shift, but understand that when we shift, if our shift is like whoop, 180 degrees, we will lose influence and we'll lose the followers that were here for this. Okay. So, Diane, why is your brain exploding, Diane? Why is your brain exploding? That's the best emoji. Why? You can unmute if you want to tell me why your brain hurts.
I just love it that you said it's like it's not about the product. If your message is and you identify what problem you solve, then whatever that you're drawn to bring in your kit will support that and attract that target market. I just love it. Thanks.
You just had a whoa. You just had a moment. I love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so Nolene. So if the thing I can talk about is detox, is that children only, or is that for everyone? How is that a demographic? You could support. So children are not looking for detox. Who's looking for detox, Nolene?
No, children are looking for detox. That's what was causing their learning difficulties.
But they don't know that. Who's doing the research?
Okay, so I'm looking at parents who have got children with learning difficulties, but my
Correct.
subject is detox.
That's fine.
Okay.
But you're marketing to the mom or the dad who's looking for solutions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That's a really good point. If you're focusing on children, like family health, who's the one that's actually doing the research? Yeah, that's who you're targeting. Okay. All right. So how do we create content? So we're kind of going, so we've done the big picture, right? We understand, attract, influence, enroll. Now let's get into the type of content that creates, like not all content is created equal, right? So let's look through content creation strategy so that you can be super strategic. No more like, I love the term posting and praying. It's like, oh my gosh, please, somebody resonate. Somebody love this, right? Posting and praying. We don't have to do that anymore. Okay. We can be super strategic in our online work so that we know that we're moving forward, even if we're not getting, stellar results right at the beginning. So we've got two ways to attract and influence. We can do internal, meaning we can post on our own page. Okay. Or you can leverage other people's content in groups, pages, etc. That's external attraction and influence. So yeah, we're going to get into all of those. I'm getting ahead of myself and excited. Okay. This is a lot of content. Let's go through this slowly. So let's go external first. We want to leverage the social media platforms and the content that other people are already producing. So what we do is we join Facebook groups where your target market, you think your target market is hanging out, or we can follow influencers who are also serving your target market. Okay. You hang out in there without saying a word for about a week, because you'll find you join 10 groups, you'll get 2 that are not full of whiners and complainers, but full of people who actually want results and to change. Yeah. So you don't say a thing because you don't want to waste your time. You're in there as a viewer. Those that you see are actually thoughtful and helpful and that you want to actually be a part of, you can do a couple of things. You can comment thoughtfully with authority, never mentioning your product. Okay. What this does is that intrigues people to come and stalk you. What was that comment that Diane made? Man, who is she? That was so insightful. That was so helpful. Again, you're not dropping a product link. You're not saying X39. You're not talking Elevate. You're not even talking LifeWave. I found something that helped me. Yeah. Or when you're ready, you can actually post thoughtfully. So commenting thoughtfully is easier because you're just going through. Here's what I do. 10 minutes a day. I've got my strategic groups that I'm in, and I go through and I look for posts where I can comment off the top of my head that don't require tons of time, but I can comment thoughtfully. Yeah. And I'll just spend 10 minutes in the group, 10 minutes in the group, looking through, scrolling through, right? Liking, hearting, right? When you're ready, you can actually post thoughtfully. Again, with authority, never mentioning your product. Does the same thing. It intrigues people to come and check you out. Okay. The other strategy here is commenting on ads. Ad creators love comments. Okay. Now you're not going to necessarily comment on an ad that's got thousands and thousands of comments. Comment on an ad that intrigued you, that's got a handful of comments so that yours is seen. Yeah. And that builds authority. Yeah. And again, intrigues people to come and check you out. Okay. How do you know which ads your target market might like? They're probably the ones that attracted you. Yeah. Facebook's really good at figuring out what we want and what we need. It's scary. I'm now learning how to run ads, and it's pretty targeted. It's pretty insane. Okay. The other thing you can do is watch in groups. Find people who seem like your target market. Don't jump into bed with them. Bed on social media is a DM. We don't go right to bed. Okay. We go over to their page. We follow them. We comment. If somebody came, followed you, and then put 2 or 3 insightful comments on your last couple of posts, what would you do? You'd be intrigued, wouldn't you? Right? Go to their page, add value to their posts. If someone does that to you, you DM them and say, hey, thanks so much for stopping by. Man, you're adding so much value to my page. I appreciate you. That is being human, not just jumping into bed. We're not jumping into bed. Okay. Now, what sort of I told you we were going to get tactical. Okay. What sort of content can you create and for what purpose? When you're in the attract phase, we are going heavily on reels and lives. Can anybody tell me why?
Aren't they the ones that get pushed to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
They are shared outside of your followers and friends. So if you're looking to attract new people, reels and lives. Boosted posts have stars because you can put some money behind a post that gets some traction and get it out further, right? The crux of all of the attraction is a really good hook. We're going to talk about copywriting in a minute, but you have fractions of a second to stop the scroll. Yeah. And if you don't have a good hook that's target market specific, you're going to miss them. Okay. Also, what's working now is 8+ hashtags on your reels. Okay. So reels are huge in the attract phase, but check out this. In the influence phase, we have reels again. Okay. Just like Nolene mentioned before, like people are like, we're still kind of in the attract phase, but sometimes we get an enrollment. They're dropping right through that funnel, maybe with one piece of content. Yeah. So we can create reels here. This attract reel and influence reel might be the same reel. Totally might be the same reel. Okay. Lives, boosted posts, but here we have some other strategies that we can use to influence. Lead magnet. A lead magnet is a freebie that you give away in exchange for someone's email so that you can continue to nurture the relationship on the back end in emails. 97% of sales happen in emails. 97%. So if we're relying only on that 3% bleeding next to build our business, you're not going to do it. You're going to be churning and burning. Okay. So creating a lead magnet specific for the needs of your target market is huge. Image post, that's just a regular old post. It does not go outside of your ecosystems. Remember, influence is once we've gotten the right people, we want to keep them around. We want to keep them interested in our ecosystem. A color block post, you've seen them. It's a big color block, right? Pick a color with a little bit of text inside. Okay. Those are great for polls or, intriguing questions to build kind of interaction with your audience. A pinned post on every social media platform. If there's a post that's done really well or that has a freebie offer in it, you can actually pin it to the top so that no matter how many posts you put on top of it, it never goes away. It's called a pin post. Super powerful. Okay. Stories are also huge in influence. So stories are up for every 24 hours. If you're going to put a product image or training on your social media, use stories because it disappears. Okay. Now, what about in the enroll phase? Reels again. So walk away with one thing. If you're going to create, if you've got limited time and you want to focus on one piece of content for social media, reels are it. Okay. With a close second to stories. Because in stories, you can put links, you can put polls. And if you put 2 or 3 stories and somebody watches all the way through, my friend, that's a hot lead. You can message them and say, hey, how's life? Not with the patches behind your back, but just again, being human and making those connections. In enrolling, you want to use a strong call to action to connect. 10 to 20% of the time, we're adding value first. We're creating that attraction and influence content first. So 1 or 2 out of every 10 posts You could put a strong call to action for someone to put their hand up to learn more or to get that freebie you're offering, whatever it happens to be. We use sporadically or we risk losing influence. Okay, the goal here is to get someone into a DM conversation. It's super cool. Talk about leverage. The more influence you build, the easier enrollment conversations are. Okay. The more influence you build, you're just going to be sending links, because they're going to be ready. Because when someone gets into your DMs, it's because they've been watching you for a minute and they're ready to buy. They are the hunter looking for us. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's look at, again, this graphic and look at what's working for content in each stage in this particular season. Reels dominate, but you'll know reels all the way through. Reels. If you do not have the audience that you want, focus on reels. Do that target market work, and then just start creating content around all of those problems and all those fears and all those solutions that you figured out, right? That will get the right people over into your ecosystem. Then once they're there, we can still use reels to influence them, use stories, posts, and lives. And then in the enroll, that's where we're getting into the DMs and we're still using reels. So notice how important and powerful reels are in this particular season. Okay. Now, what does this actually look like in what we call a DMO, a daily mode of operation? You, my friend, are a business owner. You must work your business daily if you want to see big business results. So I want you to think about the work that you're doing to attract, right? You're filling that water cup, and then then the water, once it's full, begins to spill over into influence. And then we still need to do what? Pour water into attract, right? And then eventually you'll be getting those enrollments. When you're getting enrollments consistently, you can't give up the attraction, because then that cup will run dry and it won't spill over into influence, which will stop the enrollment process. Okay. So if you're just starting and you're like, I'm just going to focus on getting the right people into my ecosystem, that is a brilliant place to start, right? Because that is the place we all start, getting the right people, the right eyeballs on our page. So here's what we call an example DMO. Like, what can you check off each and every day to know that you're doing the work to start building your business online? One reel. In fact, if you do 2 or 3 reels, especially on Facebook, Facebook parcels out the viewership rather than sending all 2 or 3 as far and wide as they can. 1 reel a day on target market. Okay. 10 thoughtful comments in 10 target market relevant groups, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 5 thoughtful comments on posts or ads relevant to your target market. And this is just an example. You can say, I want to do 1 reel, 2 comments, and 1 comment. Doesn't matter. The other reason why it's important to start looking at ads, most of us just skip them. It is beautiful training ground for copywriting. Don't skip them. Use them. Okay. Use them to learn how other people are marketing online, especially if it attracted you, because you can start to use I have a swipe file on my phone where I'm like, ooh, I loved that hook. Ooh, I loved that copy. Ooh, that hit me. So that when I go to write my own ads, I don't copy it, but I have things that attracted me. So I know the chances of them attracting my target market are higher than me starting from scratch. Okay. Don't be afraid of ads. Don't be annoyed by them. Read them. Be like, ooh, that was awful. Didn't get me at all. Right. Okay. Those are attract behaviors. What about influence behaviors? You can use that same reel that you didn't attract, but you can also add 1 story per day and then 1 live per week. Doesn't matter if 3 people watch it. It's 3 people that you didn't have to have in your living room. Right. And then the next week it'll be 10. Then it might be down to 5. Then it might be up to 20. Okay. The live per week is for you to start to build your brand and get really good at it. In fact, I love it when there's little viewership, because then it just takes the pressure off. It's just an exercise for you. Okay. 1 live a week. If it works, then you can boost it and get more eyeballs on it. Okay. So here is the $10 million skill set. required to attract, influence, and enroll. Can anyone guess what it is? What in the world? If I told you you need to master this and you can earn $10 million in your network marketing business. Daniel, lives are recorded. There's a couple ways you can do it. You can do a live from Zoom and connect your Zoom and your Facebook, and then you can record it on Zoom. But even if you just do a live on Facebook, there is a way to download it. You can Google it, because I did a live last week and forgot to record it on Zoom, and I had to figure out how to get it off of my Facebook. So you can actually. Yeah, pretty powerful. You're welcome. What is that $10 million skill set? If I said, get really good at this. Okay, consistency, Jody. Yes, and consistency is $1 million skill set. What's the $10 million skill set? Annie, authenticity. I think I know that authenticity and integrity is important to you, Annie. Okay, being uplifting, positive, yes. Determination, invitation. If we're doing attraction marketing, we are not spending tons of time inviting in person. All right, I'm going to give it to you, because y'all are thinking esoteric. We got to think hardcore skill. Okay. Copywriting is the $10 million skill set required to build any business, but particularly online. And I want to be very clear. AI won't cut it alone. AI is brilliant for ideas. It is brilliant to give you a head start, but you still, in terms of copywriting, you must be the brains behind the tech. Okay. Because nobody knows your target market as, I mean, you could feed your target market to an AI and it might produce amazing things, but you still have to consistently be the brain behind it. So especially in the beginning, we don't want to outsource that brain power to AI. We want to use AI as a tool. And I don't know about you guys, but I can smell ChatGPT content from a mile away. I love it when people put their stuff through ChatGPT and then copy paste it into Facebook, and it's still where it was bolded in ChatGPT. It has the 2 asterisks still. You ever seen that? Okay. You'll start to see it when you start playing, and it's just like, oh, you can be better than that. Okay. So use AI. I use AI all the time. I'm still the brains behind the operation. Okay. You still need to understand what good copywriting is so that you can instruct AI on great copywriting. Okay. Now, here's a methodology. Although as a child, the one on the left was like my favorite snack as a kid. Like I still love them because they still remind me. But as an example for great copywriting, we want to use the enticing, yummy, fresh looking cookie sandwich on the ice cream sandwich on the right. So what is it? We've got the hook. These are the components of excellent copywriting. The hook, the value or the education that you're bringing, and then the call to action. What are you asking them to do? Okay. This call to action can be anything. It doesn't have to be related to your product. It could be share with a friend. It could be tag a friend who needs to hear this today. It can be whatever it happens to be. Or it could be reach out if you want information on this cutting edge tech that I'm using that is reducing my blah, 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 by blah, 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 blah. Okay. Be enticing. Okay. Now, this is me and my youngest daughter. And I want you to understand that anything that you post about your regular life can absolutely be related to your target market. It just might take a little bit of thinking. So my target market, right? The high achieving moms who are sick. So I was in LA on January 27th at an attraction marketing event, and it was my baby's 8th birthday. So as I was like, I got to put a birthday post out there. It's my baby's birthday. I could have just wrote, happy birthday, baby. I love you. Would that have been effective? Sure. Right? Would it have been effective in building my influence with my community? I was like, I can do better. So I had 2 ideas. I thought I could really ruffle some feathers and talk about how I was willing to miss my kid's birthday for a professional learning experience. That would have ruffled some feathers, right? Or I could talk about 8 years ago when she was born, how sick I was. Okay. So I want to read through this. You won't remember this, birthday girl, but 8 years ago when you were born, I was so sick. That's my hook. Moms who are sick are going to read it and resonate. Moms who were sick when they were having their young kids are going to resonate. I wasn't sure I was going to make it. I had spent years neglecting myself. Target market. My woman's neglecting herself. And she's believing the pervasive lie that burnout was an unavoidable right of motherhood. Okay. You and your big sister suffer with a sick mommy who couldn't mother you well. You don't remember it, but I certainly do. Is that not speaking directly to that mom? Okay. That mom who I am uniquely qualified to serve because of my own life experience is nodding her head, maybe wiping a tear. Okay. One day I had had enough. That is my stick in the ground, right? Line drawn where I want someone reading that going, you know what? I've had enough because my kids deserve better. Right. And it was my undying love for you girls that fueled my commitment to becoming well and gave me the courage to find solutions. Thank you for being so sweet and full of love that you bring me to tears. Thank you for making me a better woman and a mother. Happiest 8th birthday to you, Margie. I love you more than you'll ever know. And may my story empower you to always care for your well-being because you'll always be worth it. Is there a call to action in here? There's not. I had 2 people reach out to me asking me what I did without the call to action. They said, I'm exactly where you were. What did you do? Okay. So can you just write the happy birthday post? You can, but as a marketer, as a professional, you can literally turn any content. You can make it relevant. Okay. So I want you to understand the power, again, of doing that target market exercise. This came directly out of that target market exercise. Neglect, believing the lie that burnout was an unavoidable right of motherhood. Okay. AI did not write this. I wrote it, sobbing from LA, missing my kid, remembering back. That's why it hit. That's why it was effective without even a call to action. Okay. The power of copywriting and keeping it relevant to your target market always. Okay. Now, hooks. Hooks are the crux. So I have 2 pages of hooks. And again, you're going to get the document. So don't feel like you got to like write them down. But there's a couple that ruffle feathers that are designed to create division. Okay. This might ruffle some feathers, but I wrote one that was unpopular opinion, why it's okay to lie to your kids. And I had a reel. We had to keep my daughter's best friend was coming from China to visit. We kept it a secret for 6 freaking months. I lied to her incessantly for 6 months. And so the unpopular opinion was on a reel of them late at night. We had gotten them from the airport, hugging on the stairs, and my kid is just bawling. Yeah. So you can use these in different ways. This is a message for all overworked, tired moms. This is a message for parents of use an emoji, vax, injured children, right? Call out that target market. What's your message? Why I will never get less than 8 hours of sleep at night as a mom of 4. Okay. 3 things I would never do as a high achieving woman. If you're a high achieving woman, you're going to watch the reel. Because you're like, am I doing those things? Why won't she do them? Okay. How I'm sleeping soundly 8 hours a night through menopause. That would get someone's attention who's waking up with ridiculous hot flashes and lacking sleep. Here's how I got 3 to 7 new enrollments into my network marketing business, automated online. A network marketer is going to go, what did you do? Okay. The one thing that helped me clear brain fog in less than 3 days. Okay. The power of the hook. Don't ever write any content that doesn't have a hook. It's a waste of your time. Now, using these, one of the things that you can do is write 3 to 5 hooks a day. Just play, because you're going to get better and better and better and better and better. And go on to TikTok. TikTok, the hooks are off the hook. They're amazing. Okay. Go and steal hooks from TikTok. Search TikTok is now the number 3 search engine, I think, for solutions. So go and search hashtag stem cell, hashtag menopause, hashtag vax injury, hashtag whatever, and write down all the hooks they're using. Okay, that's not stealing. It's borrowing, making your own content. Still make it your own. Okay, this may be controversial, but make it be controversial. This may be controversial, but you can heal your child from a vax injury. Ooh, ooh, that's controversial, right? This is your reminder too. What? What is something that your target market desires so much that you can remind them to do it? And then you're going to give them actionable steps to do it. Here's how you're finally going to sleep through the night as a menopausal woman. My favorite sleep hack, my favorite anti-aging hack, my favorite pain hack. I don't know if pain can be a hack. Whatever. Skincare hack. Okay. Stop wasting time. What? Steal my anti-aging strategy. Steal my stem cell rejuvenation strategy if you're going for stem cells blankly. One thing I stopped doing too, that tea is extra, a little extra tea for you. The one thing I stopped doing to sleep soundly through the night, 40 plus. Okay. This is the biggest mistake high achieving women are making right now in their health. Okay. Yeah. Are these helpful to you? Yeah. There's a little extra tea, Daniel. Okay, good. So you're going to get this, you can play with them. These are just starters. The best hooks I get are from looking at other people's content. I am a student of network marketing. I'm not a guru. I'm a student, and I test and I test and I test and I see what's working. I do more of that. I see what's not working and I do less of that. Okay. So my encouragement to you is to become a student of copywriting, to become a student of online marketing. See what's working. Yeah. Don't just copy it, but play with it and see if it's working for your particular audience. Okay. Now, if you're ever in doubt, how in the world do I provide value to my audience? I have a beautiful acronym for you. Okay. Value. V, vulnerability. Are you being vulnerable with your audience? Again, you don't have to peel to the very core of the onion yet. You'll get there. Okay. But are you being real? Are you sharing your stories of struggle? A, actionable. Are you moving people to create better lives for themselves? That doesn't mean buying your product right off the bat. Okay. What can you provide them that's actionable, that builds your influence so that when you ask for the sale, they're like, well, that thing that Jody shared with me, it really did work. I bet this is going to work too. Okay. Are you sharing your own lessons learned? It's one of my favorite things about teaching attraction marketing is I get to share all the things that I did wrong, not wrong, ineffective. Notice there's no right and wrong in this. It's just what's working and what's not working. Okay. I get to share that all with you because I want you to get success faster. You, unique to you. Okay. Are you sharing stories that show your unique experience in this world? Are you allowing people to connect to you personally? And is your content engaging? If you're funny, be funny. If you're not funny, don't be funny. I'm not funny. I don't try to be funny. Okay. I'm motivational. I'm inspiring. I talk about leadership all the time. Radical self-leadership. Listen, if you do not want to lead yourself, you are going to hate my content. Oh, that's okay. Because I'll never see you when you don't follow me. It's okay. Okay. Now, I want you to think about this as a checkbox. The more you can check in each piece of content, the more valuable it's going to be to your audience. Doesn't mean you have to go 5 for 5 every time. Yeah. But just try to get as many in there as possible. So let's look at my happy birthday Margie post. Was it vulnerable? Oh yeah. Was it actionable? I think it was indirectly actionable. It was calling a woman to arms who's sick of feeling sick as a mom. My lessons learned, absolutely. I waited too long. Yeah. It was unique to my story, and it was certainly engaging because I got the shares, the comments, the likes, the sales through it. Check, 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 check. It takes a little bit of practice to get all these in there. So if you can just get one in the beginning, you're winning. Okay. What if I had just posted, happy birthday, Margie, I love you? Would it have hit any of them? Nope, not at all. Okay. So use this as a litmus test for your content. It's a very easy litmus test when you're just beginning to learn how to create engaging content. Okay. If you're educational, teach. If you're funny, be funny. If you're motivational, be motivational. Don't shy away from who you are, especially in the beginning. If you're creating content for an audience, it's not actually the people you want to work with. It's those friends and family and the people who are never going to buy from you. It doesn't matter. Don't create for them. Create content so that when you're out there being engaging on other people's stuff, there's target market specific content that they can come to your page and enjoy. Okay. Here is your action plan, my friends. Here it is. Okay. Now, if you go, don't worry, we can do all of this together. Okay. But here's the step by step. Okay. You're going to complete that target market exercise. You cannot skip that. You can't. Because how do you create content? You don't. Okay. From there, you're going to craft your target market statement. From there, once you have your target market statement, you're going to create an image banner at the top of your profile. Now, let me show you what this looks like. Good old Facebook. All right, this is my business page. Leverage the immense potential of social media and digital marketing to grow your business without feeling inauthentic, wasting your time, or using embarrassing, spammy tactics. I help online marketers leverage the power of, this is my I help statement. Okay. Now all of my content is here, specific to that human. This is the business page. Let me show you my personal page. Wrong page. Here we go. There she is, friends. Front and center. This is a litmus test for all of the content that I create. Now, this is where, so Facebook is where I get the most sales and I get the most engagement. I drop everything over to Instagram, but I don't get a lot of sales there. Okay. So this is a pinned post. Okay. Because one of my lead magnets is a free online workout platform. I pay for it. I can give it to unlimited people for free. Now, why do you think this is a lead magnet for my products? How does that connect? Remember who I serve. How does that connect?
Women who want to feel vital again.
Okay. If someone's willing to exercise, are they willing to put a patch on their body?
Yep.
Yep. I provide you useful tools. If they exercise, will they start to combat some of the brain fog, fatigue, and mood swings? You betcha. And then on the back end, I sell them my product because they have to give me their email to join. So I pay $57 a month. So it's a paid business cost to me. But this is what, and look at this. So this is, I posted that in January. 66 comments, 2 shares. There's Nolene. Yes, my friend. I know, nice and slow. Okay. I know Nolene's working with me on my body. I have to keep sure that I can keep going. Okay. That's a pin post. It stays there from January. And I get about 2 or 3 clicks a week. That's building my leads. Those aren't sales. Those are people who are like, let me check you out. Y'all should do it. It's amazing. At home, no equipment. It's brilliant. Okay. Now, this was posted today. This is where I live in Mexico. Does this have anything to do with my target market? It really doesn't. Okay. Like it's just a fun, this is my life. I attract a lot of expats because it's been my life for the last 2 decades. This was my, yes, we scrape the car all the time. Okay. But it's got about 1,000 views, lots of likes, and lots of engagement. Okay. Not everything has to generate a sale. Okay. I want you to think about that. But this is my life. Okay. This is my life. And if you want a little behind the scenes of my life every day, fantastic. Okay. We lost a friend tragically this week. It's has nothing to do with my target market. However, writing a beautiful tribute to a beautiful friend with comments of people who loved her, right? Is that attraction or influence?
Attraction.
Well, it's just a post and it doesn't even have an image. This is actually influence.
Oh, wow.
This is influence because it's not going out of my ecosystem. Okay. Yeah. We got a new puppy. Does that have anything to do with my target market? It doesn't. But she's so cute. And she's part of my life. Like I post my kids. And look at her. She did the cutest little thing. Right. And again, it's getting engagement because I've already done a lot of the attraction work. Yeah. I've done a lot of the attraction work to get the right people to my page. Okay. Look at you. That's the cutest. Okay. Sunday morning post-walk stretch. Husband and I took a walk. There I am stretching. I'm active. Okay. It's still on brand.
Check out the comment.
The comment says, she commented, Nolene commented and said, put something under your head. I know. Okay. Tons of stuff about my husband because I attract moms. Okay. Totally on brand. Yeah. Tons of stuff about community. I had to introduce Lula, right? But when I introduced her, I wanted engagement. Any guesses from my pup loving friends, like what kind of a mix she is? Had some fantastic engagement. We have no idea. She was adopted. No clue. Okay. I go live once a week with wellness topics. Like this was financial wellness. We did a 4-part series. Okay. This is to help people gain business, not me. This is an influence behavior. Okay. Because when you interview somebody, you are seen as an influencer and a connector. Okay. Everything I do is strategic on this page. Okay. It's no wonder I've been dragging through days for the past few weeks. Hook. If you're dragging, guess what? You're going to read it. And I was. And so I started tracking my food intake. Okay. And then why do I share it? Because sometimes feeling good is way easier than any health guru is willing to admit. All of these things have nothing to do with any of the products that I sell. Are they useful? Are they actionable? Are they helpful? For sure. But get this. If you need a guide to help you strategize, prioritize, and get some gentle accountability, reach out. But one-on-one coaching. I do one-on-one transition coaching, business coaching, health coaching. Yeah. I'd love to share my secrets and strategies with you. Notice I don't talk about my supplements. I don't talk about my patches. I have secrets and strategies though. Yeah. Image of me. Okay. Ron and I do our best thinking on walks. This morning, we were counting our blessings for the 3 things money can't buy. Okay. Useful. Coaching. Right? Reach out. Seek the help you need. Call to action. Gentle call to action. But helpful regardless of whether or not you reach out to me. Okay. That's my baby the day she 12 years ago. Anyway, that was just a fun China memory. Yeah. Okay. So are you starting to see how the pieces come together? Was that a helpful walkthrough? Yeah, I'm seeing some head nods. Okay, brilliant. Let's go back. So that image banner for the top of your profile, so that it's so obvious who you serve and how you serve them. Get everyone else to just keep moving right along. Right along. I am anti-vanity metrics. I don't care if you have 1 million followers if no one buys from you. It doesn't matter. If you have 1,000 followers who are engaged, I'm all for it. Okay. Now, the next thing to do is to clean up your profile. What I mean is delete any posts or edit them that have LifeWave or any product name. Why? You are not building LifeWave's brand. You are building You Incorporated. You are building your brand. Clean up your profile. When you come to my profile, you have no idea what I sell, but you know who I help and how. I talk about the products in a DM. I talk about the products on a private Zoom after I understand what you're dealing with, and I can coach you through the best way forward. Okay. Then we're going to identify which phase of attract, influence, and enroll you're in and create that DMO, that content plan based on that phase. Most of you are still going to be heavily focused on reels, practicing your hooks, creating reels. 1 a day. That's it. 1 a day. Okay. But it continues. You're going to practice those hooks 3 to 5 a day. And you're consistently going to execute your DMO. Don't say you're going to create 3 reels if you don't have the capacity to create 3 reels. That's okay. 1 a day, man. 1 a day. That's all you got to do. Okay. After you've put out content consistently, you're going to evaluate at the 30-day mark. Okay. You're going to look at your top 3 performing content and your bottom 3. And you're going to try to think critically, what do they have in common? What can you create more of? What do you need to create less of? It doesn't matter the content that I want to create if it's not converting. Create more of what converts. Okay. Now, here's my exciting offer for you. I do book clubs. Okay. There's a book called The Attraction Marketing Formula. It is by Attraction Marketing. The book is $27. It comes with an ebook, a coaching call with one of Fernie's personally trained mentors, and a course. Okay. $27 is the investment. Let me drop the link for you. Let me get it. Okay. Now, the way the book club works is what we do is we meet together twice a week. And I have had people who like couldn't join, but they bought the book anyway, and then they got the recordings and they watched the recordings. So it works whether or not you can do it. We will find a time that works for everyone across the globe. Hold on 1 second. Let me get that link before I forget. So what we do is we meet on Mondays, and I split the book into 4 readings. Okay. For about the first 20 minutes, we go through the book. And then I teach on one of these specific basic attraction marketing strategies. So we go into further in depth in target market, further in depth in target market statement, further in depth into copywriting. And then I start to teach you how to actually like scripts to be able to introduce yourself into groups and start to generate some conversation. So there's a bit of teaching on Mondays. And then in the second meeting, it's office hours. So you walk away with a bit of homework. In office hours, we go through everyone who has done the work and who wants a little bit of time together to review the work and to brainstorm and workshop the work together. Okay. All in all, the last one we did, I think it was about 12 hours of coaching. Okay. Extra coaching for that $27. And I can actually show you. I think I have a slide. I do. This is from the last cohort. Just some love for it, because it was a really incredible month together. Mary started, she was brand new, like many of you. And she has a couple customers that wanted to learn how to do it as well. And so she was then teaching a couple of them, and they had 3 enrollments in the month already. And she had gone from literally 0 online to 3. And so she was super thrilled. Millie was also super interesting. She was pretty hesitant to start in the beginning. She didn't know if she was ready for it or if she would be able to put it into practice. But she was able, her biggest thing is kind of like you, Annie, like she wanted to work in integrity and not compromise her values. So she wanted to grow online without having to do all the things that made her cringe. And so she was actually able to figure out how to do that through the book club. And then Cindy was she needed bite-sized pieces, right? To be able to do this. Like you just got a laundry list of everything you needed to do. But what if it was broken down bite-sized, bit by bit by bit for you, so that you could actually implement week by week? And I polled the group, and they spent about an hour each week doing the work assigned. So if you're like, I'm super short on time, it's not a huge time commitment. Okay. If you can't come on to the live coaching calls, you can always watch the recordings. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're starting next Monday. Okay. So we're going to do Monday this time for the initial call. And then on the call itself, I have a couple open times, and I'm going to poll everyone that's on the call for the office hours. Okay. Because the office hours is really where, if you're committed to doing the work and you want the extra coaching, I want you to have a say in those office hour times so that you can get really what you want out of the book club itself. Okay. So I dropped that link into the chat. If you want to join, get that book before Monday, and I'll start sending emails about how to join, what the work is, how we break it up, and all of those things. Okay. All right, ladies and gents, we did it with 8 minutes to spare.
That was awesome. Thanks, Sally.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
So I have just a confirmation, because some people on this call are on Dr. Stacy's elite training on Mondays, which is that 7 o'clock time you and I talked about. So
yes,
we were going to do this 6 o'clock, which is the hour before that. I just wanted to let everybody know that. Yeah. Okay.
That's right. We don't want to conflict with the training that's going on for the
Right.
team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any questions?
I'm so looking forward to the book club.
And Jody, you're actually an attraction marketing student. Do you want to share a little bit of your experience?
Yeah. I mean, I can tell you right now, Allie is freaking awesome. Because I've been going through the official training. I'm way behind. And she taught us more today than like the first 4, I think, modules, which are all like an hour and a half, 2 hours long. Because you're getting to the nuts and bolts of what it is. And I am more comfortable working with you because you get it, and you also know our product, right? Because you're in Lifeway. So it's just kind of the best of both worlds. And I just think you're freaking awesome. Your content on your business page is like stellar.
Thank you.
It's so helpful for me. Like that was, just as helpful as going through the attraction marketing stuff and doing that target market exercise. Like I did it, and then I did it again and again, because I kept trying, and my mentor was like, okay, keep going, drilling down further and further and further. And even now today, I'm like, oh, I might be changing it again, because I was thinking about my hero product, and I'm like, oh, it's not exactly, matching my, so I still have a ways to go, and I think it's just kind of really honing it down. And, like you said, and I've learned this too, because I've taken a lot of marketing stuff, is that, like you don't want to attract everybody because you'll sell to nobody. But at the same time, like Annie and our wellness podcast is kind of all, we attract all kinds of people that have had health struggles. And Annie's going to have a specific target market. I'm going to have a specific target market. But all those other people are still going to come to us, but we want to pick who we want to serve, like you said. And that doesn't mean that other people are not going to be going, hey, do you work with these people? Yes, of course, and I'm gotten to know the product so well that I can help anybody who's in any stage of healing or whatever, figure out what's going to work best for them, even though might not be my target market, so.
Right. Yeah. Right. Thank you for that.
Ali, I just want to say that this 2-hour session was just so succinct and so loaded with practical information. I paid $5,500 and to become a digital marketer, and none of them actually talked about or emulated about posting their content and being, authentic to them. They were just talking about helping other people do theirs. So there was a disconnect in terms of, knowing all the things, the hero's journey, all that sort of stuff, how to meet people where they're, the target market and who you want to serve, and what their pain points are. but to not actually be doing it themselves. So
Right.
it was really cool to see it, have a window in and see how simple, and you can make anything about you work.
You're
for
the
your
product.
your
You
audience.
are the
Yeah.
product. You're the brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. Thank you for that, Annie.
Thank you.
Of course. Anyone else have any clarifying questions? Again, you're going to, watch the replay, and you'll get the work. And then for those of you who want the extra coaching, then I invite you to do it. Join us. It's going to be so fun.
Ellie, is the book the same book that you shared with me a few months ago?
Yes, I think so. Did you
Okay.
buy it?
No, I read it. You sent it to me. I read it.
You read it. Then I need to look.
Because I think you would have had to buy that, right?
Yeah, because I don't
Mhm.
think I think you would have had to buy it. Yeah, I think you would have had to buy it. So go to that link and check it out, because it also comes with the coaching call and the course, which are both super
Yeah.
valuable.
Because this was the first thing I bought yes. Okay.
Yes. So
Yeah.
you've already bought it, Jody. You're
Yeah.
already in.
Yeah, I'm in. Yeah, I'm in.
So I don't really understand. You need to help me understand. So when I buy this book, I get a coaching call with who?
With one of Fernie's team members. So they're
But not
business
you.
specialists. Well, you're going to get the 8 calls with me.
Oh,
That's included in. So nobody else in the affiliate world. So I'm an affiliate for attraction marketing. No one else in the affiliate world is offering the book club. They're just selling the book. But to me, it's not enough, because you're
Yeah,
not going
it's
to
not
do the
enough.
work.
Yeah.
It's the work is hard. The first, and you're right, Jody, I smushed the first 4 weeks of attraction marketing acceleration into this. And we do the first 4 weeks in the book club, the first 4 modules in the book club. And I strategically did that because those are the modules where you need that hands-on work. You need someone to dig into that target market with you and say, let's do this together, right? Let me do a couple rows with you so that you can keep moving. Yeah.
Right.
Because everything centers around you understanding who you want to serve.
Yeah. And it can change.
It does change.
It does change. Yeah. It can change. Yeah.
Daniel, I really encourage you to join the book club, because that target market, you will walk away in 4 weeks with it really being crystal clear. And what's super cool is we do the training of target market first week, but people brought back their target market week after week after week to the office hours, because they were refining, they were testing, they were tweaking, they were trying. Yeah. So to have those coaching hours where you can really get in at just $27 is really, really, really powerful. And I think, Daniel, because you are caught on that target market and anxious and nervous about, really niching down, get the book, my friend, join the book club.
And I also think, like, I know Daniel, and I'm a client of his, and he's a massage therapist and energy worker, and he has all these amazing skills that he has, and he serves like pretty much anybody who needs his help, right? So it's more about, who do you love serving? Who do you really want to serve? Those other people are going to come to you anyway. It's who do you want to talk to? Who do you want to engage with?
That's right.
Online.
You're right on the money, because I had an old friend from Shanghai reach out and say, hey, you keep talking about supplements. My son is 21-year-old college kid who's struggling with anxiety and depression. Do you think your supplements can help him? Is he a high achieving woman dealing with brain fog, fatigue, and mood swings? No. But we still was able to help him, because when you are so clear on your niche, you're seen as an authority and you build that influence. So then people naturally come to you and say, can you help me? Just like what you're saying, Jody. And so, Daniel, in your real world and your in-person stuff, you can serve the people who come to you. But if you're the one who's becoming the hunted, we just have to niche down a little bit to keep you focused on your content creation.
so are you sending us the link, Ellie, for the
Yes,
book?
it's in the chat. Let me drop it one more
Oh.
time. Let me pull it and drop it.
Daniel said, people with money. That's one part. People who can afford your services, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. absolutely. What's interesting too is in the attraction marketing realm, a lot of affiliates who are like me, their messaging is around struggling network marketers. I don't want people who identify as struggling.
Right.
Right. I want driven network marketers who see
Yeah.
the vision, but they're willing to do the work.
Yeah.
So even within that attraction marketing niche, I have niched even further into people who probably have some influence in person, but need to elevate their influence online to make those sales.
Yeah, and see, that's me, because like the first few people I enrolled were all people who just trusted me. I didn't
Mhm.
have to. It was like, I had like my first 6 enrollments were like, I trust you, whatever you say,
That's right.
Yeah.
And now, once you run out of that warm market,
Yeah,
now what do we do?
exactly.
So going back to the very beginning, can you see as you continue this journey and become a leader within LifeWave, how valuable this information is to be able to pass on even these
Absolutely.
baby steps,
Absolutely. Yeah.
right?
Because
These
our
tiny
big
baby steps.
leaders didn't do that, don't know how to do that. And they don't know anything about funnels, which is what I'm building, because they've always done belly to belly and then they just
Mhm.
the spammy stuff. They're just used to doing that. That's the only thing they know.
Yeah.
Well, and it works if you can stay in the
It
game
works.
long enough.
Exactly. But then and that's not me. Like I don't like to spam people I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It makes you feel icky.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm so much better than this. Ooh, Ginny says, I figured out my target market from your birthday post. Excellent. So now you get to flesh it out.
Yeah.
Right. Now you dig into the problems. And here's the cool thing about your target market. Your target market maybe was you a couple years ago before you found some solutions.
Mhm.
And so it's pretty easy to get into the mindset unless you're so far removed that you might have to take the time to go back and feel the feels. What were you experiencing in your day to day so that you can really lay out those problems? Because sometimes you're too far removed and you can't even remember because life is so much better now. Yeah.
That's like you, Annie.
Yeah, it's interesting because I'm not part of my target market at all.
You're
Neither
not.
of them. No.
No, but you're a practitioner. So it's different.
You're an expert in that field. You already have authority in that field.
Yes. So I want you to, if you are not ready to invest, if you go to my Ali Mona consulting page, that's where you're going to get free training. I post videos
So good.
every day. Okay. Okay. So Daniel, you're looking at the website link for the book. There's 2 upgrades. The upgrades are worth it. I think there's like a $37 upgrade or whatever it might be. It's excellent. It's excellent if it's within budget. For sure. And the course that you get with the $27 it's above and beyond what we covered today. This is literally 101, 101, 101. Yeah.
I think that's what I did. I think I upgraded because I think my first purchase was $37. I think that's what it was. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will say the call with their mentor was so good. It helped me with my target market and they helped me understand where I need to go. And,
they're excellent.
And it wasn't salesy. It wasn't anything like that. It was very good.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Go
ahead,
Ali.
Annie.
I'm just on the pick a date and time for the personal coaching. And it's only giving me today and tomorrow. Is there ones for next month or?
So you can access when you buy and you're going to have a login to the attractionmarketing.com. That's where your book is going to be. The link is always going to be there.
Okay, cool.
So if you want, like if you're jazzed and you want a book for today or tomorrow, fantastic. But if you want to get through the book club first and then schedule your call,
Oh, that's a great idea.
A little bit more knowledge.
Idea. Yeah.
Right. Then you can schedule it later on. It'll be there forever.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks.
So you don't have
that
to
makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So 37 per upgrade. Have a look and see which upgrades you want to do now. You don't have to do them all. See which ones are more relevant to where you are right now, Daniel. That you are not going to see those prices again, right? It is an upsell in this particular funnel that they built. So they're worthwhile. I think I upgraded everything because I was like, I'm hungry. I want it all.
I don't, yeah, I don't think I did some of these because I don't remember the reels for Real Network workshops. So I probably
Yeah,
should have gotten
especially
that.
reels. Like
Yeah.
that's an excellent
Yeah.
upgrade because especially where you are, most of us are still focusing on reels. And so it gives you
Right.
some really tactical, like if you're like, I don't even know how to create a reel. I don't even know the tech behind it. I don't even know the hooks I could use. I don't, then the reels it's a really fabulous upgrade. How you guys feeling right now? Overwhelmed or like you could move forward? I'm going to get a gauge.
I'm so pumped, about this and really being able to spend, time on this. Of course, I've already done some of the work already, but I feel more confident after this with you. And I feel like it's such a benefit for us to be able to offer this to our downline, to be able to do this for, almost next to nothing,
Yeah.
especially with you, Allie. You're so good.
You are kind. Thank you, Jody. Oh, Geraldine's excited and feeling it's possible. Yes, that's the outcome.
Yes.
That's the outcome we're looking for because it can feel so overwhelming, right? Like, what are the steps I need to take? And that's what the book club will help you really identify. Just tiny little morsels, bite-sized chunks every week. And Jody, to your point, I do a book club once a month. And so for your future teammates who want to learn this, you're going to have the recording. They don't even have to come live. You can send them the recording. Once they buy the book, they're automatically going to be receiving emails about the next book club.
Oh, wow. That's a great idea.
So you're going to have this forever and ever and ever. And when I onboard a new teammate, I say, okay, let's envision your business. Do you want to do belly to belly? Do you want to host in your home or do you want to build online? Right? Do you want to access the resources that we have? Are you going to be inviting people to these live? Are you going to be doing recordings? Right? How do you want to do it? And then I say, okay, here's the training you need for this. Here's the training you need for this. Network marketing, the reason we get into network marketing as an entrepreneur is to build a business the way you want to build the business.
Yes.
Right? There's no right or wrong, but you have to understand the different strategies so that you're not trying to do these strategies online or these offline or the online strategies offline.
Right.
We want you to be as effective as possible as you're employing these strategies to build your business.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause I like to do both. I like to do, parties and do stuff in person and, but I don't like to spam people, but I don't mind contacting people I haven't talked to in a long time because they might just update them on what's going on with me. So I'm pretty good at that, but I don't like to spam somebody I haven't talked to in years that, it's like they haven't heard from me and I'm trying to sell them something,
I saw a meme years ago. It's that cringe. It's not that openness that we want to operate our businesses in.
Right.
I saw a meme and it was a cartoon and it was a woman and another woman and she had her back to her. Sorry, to the back to you as the viewer. And she had her hands behind her back with a pretty little box that said MLM on the box. And it was the content was, hey girl. And that's what we feel like.
Yeah.
When we're like, when's the right time? When's the right now? No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
oh,
And I'd
now.
rather those people that are already in my network see my content and reach out to me that already know me to engage. Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So our time is spent creating engaging content, mostly, not spamming people with things they don't want.
Right.
Right. That's the fundamental difference.
Yeah.
All right. We are over time
and
you guys are
adding value right away. Sorry, I just had to add that.
Yeah.
Thank
And Annie and I do that anyway. We're always helping people going, you know what? They probably shouldn't start with the patches. This might be better over here for you to do this first. We're always thinking of that,
Yeah.
Yeah. And you too, Nolene, you're always thinking, what's the best thing for this person right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. But building personal brands will help you. Like I know Nolene's got a bunch of other businesses, right? Building that personal brand and growing your influence and attracting the right people, that will serve you no matter how you're trying to improve the world.
Yeah.
So good. Thank you, Ellie.
Yeah.
You're very
Annie,
welcome,
thank you
Annie.
so much.
Of
good.
course. You guys are amazing. What an engaged group. I look forward to. So those of you, I'll get a notification when you buy, so you don't have to tell me, you don't have to whatever. I'll look through my back office. And then I'll be sending out emails this week about the time for Monday and which, like, how do you find your book? Because the book is in like module 5 of the thing, right? So I'll send you all of that and I'll tell you what to read for week 1. And then we'll start on Monday and then we'll collectively determine the office hour based on who's there and the time zones that they're in.
Okay,
Awesome.
fantastic.
Awesome.
All right, guys.
Thank you, thank you,
Jody,
thank you.
You're
It's such
very
a delight
welcome.
to spend time with you.
No,
Always.
it's always amazing. Jody, do you want me to send the recording to you directly?
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be great.
Brilliant. And then you'll share it around with those who registered.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for your time and for your commitment. Like, as a trainer, as a coach, there's nothing more satisfying than working with people who want it.
Yeah.
Right. All of us, we know it, right? That is what gets me up in the morning, ready to work with you to see your success. So
Yeah.
cheers to those of you who will be joining me on Monday. I can't wait to start
Yes.
again.
I'm
And
excited.
thank you for your time and for organizing this. Thank you,
Yeah.
Annie. Thank you, Jody, for organizing this and to get all of your people here. So
Yeah.
blessings to you all. We'll be in
All right.
touch.
Okay. Thanks.
Bye.
You. Bye.